Hey, what's up? This is Ekis, and thank you for listening to the GameXPresents podcast. Make sure to follow GameXPresents on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Google+. But for now, please enjoy the show. Yo, what's up? Welcome to another episode of GameXPresents, the podcast. This is episode 19, and here speaking is Ekis alongside my two comrades.
Comrades, really?
Yeah, we're communists now.
Oh, all right. This is Stuff.
And this is Victorino.
So just as I stated before, we're communists. We're in our communist stage because we're 19 now.
This is 9. I'm not sure what that has to do with communism, but...
No, because, you start questioning things and getting paranoid and...
Start experimenting, I know.
Yeah. So we're in our red stage. We just passed the legal episode number.
No, it's not fun anymore.
Yeah, you just start realizing that life ain't what it's meant to
be.
Whatever.
Now you've been able to go to war. You've been able to fight. You still can't drink.
Yeah, I know.
You're pissed off, but nobody will sell you a beer.
So you're a communist.
Exactly. That's why you're a communist.
Yeah, all communists. You have the right to drink at whatever age you want. But this is not a political podcast. This is
and obviously we don't know anything about politics either.
Yeah, we get a lot of people comment on our past mistakes in our politic talk, so we're gonna stay away from politics because we get so many angry emails and stuff.
We didn't get anything
in my dreams.
All right, sure.
And negative emails is good emails in my book.
Any email is good.
Yeah. Anyways, so this is GameXPresents, and we're here to talk about video games. And this, it finally has happened. It has come and passed. Both systems are out, the PS4 and the Xbone.
And we have an unboxing today?
Yeah, we just haven't recorded it. I mean, we don't have a camera. So we just did an unboxing.
I thought we were just going to do an audio only unboxing.
Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, we're going to do an unboxing for the main event today.
We could really unbox anything and call it.
Get that PlayStation you have
it's
over there.
Oh, look, it's the system. It comes with a controller.
No, the first thing you have to say is it comes with the Kinect.
Yeah.
That's the first thing everybody sees.
It comes with a Kinect. And I was doing the PS4.
Oh, you were doing PS4.
It doesn't come with a Kinect.
Well, it comes with
the
nothing.
PlayStation Eye.
What's the first thing that comes out of the box?
Hell if I know, man.
I think it's a controller.
I have not purchased either of the systems because, one, it's difficult to get them right now. You know how it is.
Mm-hmm.
And two, I know that I'm one of the people who are going to get one of the defective units.
Yeah,
and I don't want to have to wait weeks.
And three, we really don't care.
Yeah, two, they're honestly, are there any games that for either of the systems that look interesting to you guys?
For me,
yeah, I know what game is interesting for him.
Yeah, Forza.
Okay. Yes,
Forza. I mean,
it's a Xbox exclusive.
Yeah, but
all right, the one game that I know I was kind of interested in was Killer Instinct for the one, and after seeing some gameplay, it just doesn't. I don't know. It doesn't look all that great. To me, it looks like there's too much going on in there.
Yeah. Reality, I mean, they look nicer. Like, I really don't really see much like
I know you were playing some FIFA game.
Yeah,
did that feel like anything special to you right now?
You know what? I guess because I know we talked about it in a previous podcast about the whole FIFA thing, how it's just the same game.
Yeah,
they just like little updates and everything. Graphically, it does look better than 2013 that I do have. And but that's about it.
How did the gameplay feel?
I don't know. It's one of those things you probably have to get used to it because the ball was like it was too real. Like it was like they couldn't keep control of the ball, but it did look better. It did play smoother.
Yet you still sucked at it, didn't you?
Yeah, and on the PlayStation 3, I'm able to score like 5 goals in less than like a minute. So it's like the engine is
Like, too real.
it's different. It feels different. I don't know if they did any like update to it, but it looked nice. I will admit that it does
did
look
look
nice.
nice. Honestly, I'm not a fan of the FIFA games because I hate or loathe soccer, but or football. But to me it looked okay. I couldn't tell you if it looked a lot better because I never played those games, but it looked okay.
Although you know what, but I really like looking at it. I was playing with the control. The control feels nice on the hand. I didn't try the Xbone one, but the PlayStation 3, 4, controller did feel like better on the hand than the PlayStation 3, in my opinion. Like the trigger buttons were a lot better because the PlayStation 3 ones were like slippery. Like it had instead of curving outwards, it would curve inwards, so your finger would slip a lot easier. But the PlayStation 4 is kind of like
it's concave.
So you're able to grip it better.
Yeah, your fingers can actually kind of rest on top of the
Yeah,
trigger.
exactly.
Yeah.
So those kind of improvements, those are
kind of
nice.
things just make you wonder, like, why didn't they do this last time?
I know.
Like, why would they ever? Normally when you play with a PS3 controller, DualShock 3 or the previous one, 6 axis, you're perfectly fine. But it's when you see that change on a new controller that you're like, why is it taking us this long to figure this out?
Yeah, and
there was the original PlayStation controller, then there was the DualShock, then the DualShock 2, then the 6 axis, then the DualShock 3, and in none of those did they ever think, hey, we should do this.
Yeah, and it's such a like an obvious thing because like they didn't like feel like did they put like glue on their fingertips or what? Like they didn't really think of a problem with it, but upon watching like all the reviews and everything, I really feel that the PlayStation 4 is a stronger system as of right now. I don't know, like in the future, with the whole, because I'm guessing Xbox is still gonna do that family thing.
I honestly I haven't heard about it. Last thing I heard, they were planning on still trying something like that. So but I never heard anything else after that. So I don't
think
know.
they want us to forget about it.
Yeah, probably. And I know that I believe that the PlayStation 4, you're able to like do Netflix and stuff without having to pay any extra.
I completely hate that about the Xbox One, how you have to have Xbox Live. I understand needing Xbox Live for certain things,
like
but
for games
but to play Netflix and do Skype, like those are supposed to be things that make people just want to have your system. They shouldn't be things that people have to pay for, because you can use Skype or Netflix on basically any tablet or so many other devices. Why would you have to pay extra to be able to do it on the Xbox One?
And especially since Skype is a Microsoft product, you would think that
even more reason for it.
They would want people to
exactly
to be able to use their product, like not have to pay
well,
extra.
They want people to be able to use it, but they also want people to pay that Xbox Live.
And that's another reason I feel PlayStation 4 is a stronger product. Also, with the fact that Xbox or Microsoft tries to implement like the whole voice thing with their system.
Honestly, it's almost like both of these companies, even though they have extremely similar products, at the same time, it's like they both have very different visions.
Yeah.
Like I know Sony removed a lot of multimedia stuff from the PS4. And then the Xbox One, it's the complete opposite. They added a whole bunch of extra stuff. So I don't know. It almost seems like Sony this time wants to focus more on games, and Microsoft really wants to focus on the whole living room.
Yeah. And yeah, that's it's so the Xbox is a Blu-ray,
Yeah,
so
it's
it
got
has
Blu-ray.
Blu-ray and everything. So I guess
I believe that you can use without Xbox Live.
no, don't imagine you had to get Xbox Live in order to play Blu-rays on it. That would be comically, tragically
Well,
hilarious.
it's almost as hilarious as having to use it for Netflix or Skype. But
Yeah, but
however, I know, was it today or yesterday? You actually had the chance of getting a Xbox One without even
yeah,
waiting in line. So that by its, I know you called a place and they were like, yeah, we have some.
yeah,
So
yeah. It really
that kind of tells you something about how the system is doing, because there's no way you're gonna find a PS4 anywhere right now.
But at the same token, like, probably a lot of people that would have bought the Xbox One the previous week, they bought the PlayStation 4. So maybe there a lot of more people are like, oh, I don't have any money this week.
That's true. A lot of people probably just pre-ordered both systems just in case, But then later they were like, oh, I can't. But then when you pre-order the systems, you have to pay for it anyway. So.
But you pay I think you pay for some like upfront, but you don't have to pick it up on that day.
Yeah, maybe.
And maybe you're just gonna have to wait for the next shipment or whatever. I don't know. I never pre-ordered.
Either
the
way,
system.
it kind of says something about it.
And yeah, like even now within the first week, the whole PlayStation 4 is having issues with like the blue line of death.
Yeah.
So it's like
I tell you, man, those first bunch of systems, they always have issues. They're the ones that they built from the beginning. They're the ones that they were rushing to get out the door, and they're gonna have issues.
I mean, it's just funny that like that's one of the reasons. Like, I really don't care about buying one at the moment. Like, it's first of all, there's how we said there's no games, and I'm just gonna wait till there's more games to add more value to it. Like, games are actually, because like right now, I think you would buy games that you really are kind of just forcing yourself to buy so you can just play the
Yeah,
play
like Call of Duty.
Yeah, like and I know.
I mean, if you're really into Call of Duty and you're gonna play that game anyway, you may as well play it on the Xbox One or PS4. But I think a lot of people are gonna buy it simply because it's one of the few games that looks familiar.
Yeah, and but I wonder like how much better does it really look right now, especially since a lot of times when you're in a video game system, the last year of that system's life, that's when you get supposed to get the highest quality of graphics and production. But like now you get the early versions of the PlayStation 4 or Xbox One. So how much better does it really look from the
if you look
previous games?
at Assassin's Creed 4 and you look at the new Call of Duty, they do look nicer on the PS4 and the Xbox One. But honestly, hardcore gamers, they always want the newest right away. If I was to and myself, I'll probably get a PS4 or a Xbox One as soon as possible. But if I was gonna tell someone what to do, like somebody wanted my advice, I'll probably tell them, this Christmas just get a PS3 or a 360. And enjoy a lot of the games that are out there, because there's so many really good games for both of those systems. And then next year, think about a PS4 or a Xbox One, because honestly, that first year, most of the titles are crap. Especially if the system has some kind of new feature. All of those titles are going to try and force that new feature. So it's going to take a while before they they start realizing that maybe we don't need to force this on all of our games. So usually by the second year, that's when you start seeing a little bit better titles and obviously more titles. So right now, if I was going to advise anyone, I would say, just wait on it. Enjoy some of the great PS3, Xbox 360 games that are out there, and just worry about a new system next year. And you can looking at the Wii U is a great example. It came out with nothing for games, and it still doesn't have as many as I would like. But there's actually about 3 or 4 games that I don't have that I know I want to play, which is a lot more than I could say about it last year. Last year I bought a bunch of games simply because they looked familiar and they were games that they were basically the only games that I could get. So that's why I bought them. But this holiday season, I'm actually going to be getting a few games because I actually want to play them. And I'm sure I will enjoy those for a while. And by the time I'm done with those, I'm sure Nintendo will have more good games coming out.
Yeah, so like right now, like with the Wii U, I think, let's say the Wii U was released. Let's say this was the first year it was released. Then the games are out I would consider a good launch.
Yeah, it will be an awesome launch.
So right now, like it's actually a good time to get a Wii U.
I mean, Super Mario 3D World alone, it's freaking amazing. That game has been getting so many 10-score reviews all over the place.
So that was a must-own game.
Yeah. So like especially in Black Friday, there's gonna be a lot of good deals. Because I know like hopefully,
and that's the other thing. Next year, these systems are probably going to be a little bit cheaper.
Exactly. And so right now, if you can't get a PlayStation 4 or a Xbox One, Wii U is not such a bad idea. Especially, because it's a lot of, I know like Nintendo tries to go to the family route. Always in their commercials, it's always, they have families, they have the mom, the dad, or the grandparents playing Mario and stuff like that. So, like, right now, like, go ahead, force your kids to play Nintendo.
Oh, don't force them. I mean, like I said, there are still really good games out there for the PS3 and 360. If your kid already has them all, then that's your problem.
Yeah.
But, games like The Last of Us and Grand Theft Auto 5 even, if they're older, they're really good games that should make get you to at least June.
And especially now that the new systems are out, the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360, they're going to be like some super deals with those systems.
And remember that just because the new systems are out, that doesn't mean that they stop making games for the old systems. There's still going to be there's still going to be good games being made for the PS3 and the 360.
Yeah, and even if they stop, you still got a huge collection of games that you can play.
Huge collection.
But it sucks that the PlayStation 4 couldn't play PlayStation 3 games at least. That would have been a good addition to it.
But, I can kind of understand it. The whole technology because I'm pretty sure that the PS3, I'm not 100% on this, but I'm pretty sure that the PS3 was based on PowerPC technology. And, on a PowerPC CPU. And the new PS4, just like the Xbox 360 and the Xbox One, is based on the x86 processors. So, in that case, it makes sense to me just because they're totally different. But I'm pretty sure that the 360 and the Xbox One are x86 processors, so I'm not sure why those aren't
compatible.
Because they're not, right?
No, as
Correct.
far as I know, they're not.
So, because x86, that's basically what we use on our computers, most regular computers. So it would be like me saying, "Oh, this newer computer doesn't play older PC games."
Okay, and with talking with those kinds of technical, specifications, does that leave Nintendo totally out or mostly out of third-party support, even if they start selling systems?
It kind of almost does, because the Nintendo Wii U is still a PowerPC CPU. So, with the way the PS4 and the Xbox One are made, making those games work with each other, it's going to be very easy for developers. It's not going to be super easy, but it'll be pretty easy. And it'll also be pretty easy for them to make it for the PC. So it's kind of great for developers because you don't have to spend that much time trying to make a game work somewhere else. However, trying to make any of those games work for the Wii U, that's gonna take quite a bit of effort. So I can already tell that a lot of developers are just gonna be like, yeah, we don't really want to go through all that work. Like, we can get enough by just selling for the Xbox One and the PS4 and the PC.
And
So Nintendo had to evolve once again.
Nintendo is just gonna have to
carry it.
Nintendo's just gonna have to carry their own thing, and
they
they can do it. They can do it.
Yeah.
If they continue lowering the price on the Wii U and they continue pumping out great games like Super Mario 3D World, they're not gonna have any issues selling the systems. Sadly, it's not gonna be a system where you're gonna find a lot of third-party titles, but most people are used to that with Nintendo. Other than the Super NES, Nintendo never had really a system that was full of third-party support. So, I definitely think that Nintendo and other first-party titles, first-party developers for Nintendo, they're the ones that are gonna keep the Wii U alive.
And we talked about. I want to talk a little bit about how does Nintendo currently allow independent developers to put games on their system, kind of like Xbox 360 had the arcade, the Xbox arcade kind of a thing.
I'm not totally sure. I thought I saw an independent game section on the Wii U store, but I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I haven't used the Wii U in a while, so I don't even know. But I was just thinking, should they allow more independent developers to put games on their, marketplace?
I think everybody should. Honestly, I mean, it doesn't hurt them.
Because I know sometimes it seems like Nintendo will be more resistant because they're more like, we want to control what kind of games go in our system.
More protective.
I don't think Nintendo is that protective anymore. I think that they've lost a lot of third-party support because of the fact that they were like that back with the SNES and later games, the N64. They kind of were pretty protective, but even with the SNES, they kind of stopped doing it towards the end. I think now they just plain don't have third-party support because of the lack of systems sold, mostly.
And and also one other thing I was thinking is we know this is something that I just thought of. I don't necessarily think if it's that great of an idea, but I just think it'll be cool just to have it happen just because. And that is for Nintendo to somehow get control of Sega. Just to finally end the Cold War that existed back in the day. Just to be Nintendo owns Sega.
So that I can be like, we won!
Yeah, and just to get more developers on their side to create games.
Or have Sega as a different division.
Sonic, do more
adult theme.
Imagine
a Super Mario World with Sonic. I don't know.
I don't know so much about that. Sega. When I think Sega, I think Sonic the Hedgehog, obviously. But then I'm like, okay, what else is there? Then I think of Virtual Fighter. Then after that, I think of a couple of racers, maybe, and then
all the Sega sports.
Yeah, to me, just kind of.
I don't know.
There just isn't that much. Oh. I would like to see them take over at least Sonic, but
I don't know. I think it would just be cool to have.
Now, what I actually think would be kind of cool, almost, and this is never going to happen because it's not Nintendo's way of doing things. But I was thinking, what if Nintendo became a third-party developer, kept their system and kept being their first-party developer for that system, But what if they actually took a risk and started doing other types of games for other systems?
I think like a good one for that would be like in the phones, like putting games on iTunes or like the Google Play Store, like for like phone apps. I think,
Or for the
because I would like
but
to.
but it wouldn't be like Mario or anything like that. I
Yeah,
want them
like-
to see. I would like to see them try out
Try
new
new
things.
things.
the idea.
Maybe even under some other name. But
Maybe
I would prefer
what's
to-
the reverse of Nintendo? It would be
on
Oddnet.
Netnin. Netnin.
So like I think it would be cool to have like them on the phones, because I would like to play like Nintendo, because I know you can do like emulators and stuff, but I would actually, heck, if they had Super Mario 3 for the phone, I would get it just to have it.
Now, this kind of brings me to a point I wanted to ask you. People
Nintendo phone?
No. That would be horrible. The UI would take forever to load. No, I don't like it. People who play a lot of video games on their phones.
Okay.
How do you feel about them? Like, do you consider them
Hardcore
gamers? Like, and I'm specifically thinking
Candy
about
Crush.
exactly people who are
Nah, those are just
playing
addicts.
Candy
I think a hardcore gamer could actually play a game for more than 4 hours.
Well, a lot of people play
They
Candy
play
Crush.
Candy Crush for 4 hours. I don't know. That's just an
You know,
addiction. like,
there's people that have spent so much money on Candy Crush.
how do you spend money on Candy Crush? I never played that game, so I don't know.
Okay, I know, and this is something good to talk about. There's this thing called what is it? Freeware? No, it's not freeware. I forgot the term, but basically they're free games, but they encourage you to buy things through the game. So with Candy Crush, for example, you have like 5 lives, and then you fail 5 times, so you lose your 5 lives, and then you have options. You can either send an email to everyone on your Facebook friends list to see who can send you free lives. So basically, you can beg for lives.
And these are other users that have Candy Crush also?
Correct.
Okay.
Or you can wait, and after an hour, I think you get them back. So after an hour, you can play again. Or for 99 cents, you can buy 5 more lives. Or I don't know how many more. But basically, for 99 cents or $1, you can continue playing. And some people just want to continue playing, and they don't want to bother other people, and they pay just to keep on playing.
And what's the goal of Candy Crush?
There's no fucking goal to
No, but like, I mean, like, how is the game?
Just
like,
to get a high score.
Like, how do you lose lives? How do you?
Okay.
Because I don't even want to try playing it.
Basically, you have to solve a puzzle. Not solve a puzzle. You have to destroy all the candy within a certain amount of moves. So, for example, they give you 30 moves. So within 30 moves, you have to clear the whole thing. If you can't, then you lose, and you lose a life. And you can try again. So you have 30 moves again, and that's how you lose lives.
So you have to like match the candies or something.
Yeah, there's if you match in a certain type of way. It's very much like Tetris.
Okay.
And this is why I started wondering, like, should they be considered gamers? Because a lot of us started playing Tetris. And, we would play Tetris for hours and hours. And Candy Crush is not that much different. So I was just wondering, like, I wonder if these people that are now playing Candy Crush in the future are gonna be like hardcore gamers, and because of Candy Crush.
I think in terms of like being a gamer, you have to be able to you not just. I mean, if they just play one game and they're not really into what's going on in gaming. Like if they had, like for example, we're gamers because we play different games. We have an idea of what's going on with like the PlayStation 4, Xbox One or whatever. But like we have an idea. It's more than just playing the games. It's actually we're the culture, man.
Yeah, we live a culture, but we started with things like Tetris, and back then, that's all we did. I mean, that's all we had. But we used to play Pong. Well, I used to play Pong.
Is that considered to be gaming?
It's probably past your time, but
no, I used to play Centipede and stuff. But yeah, like like at the same time, when we go to the store, we would always be like, "Where's the Nintendo magazine?"
That is true.
So
I mean, for us, it kind of became a lifestyle.
And then when you went to school, you would talk about like games, like, "Oh, what game you played?" Oh, yeah.
Well, I trust me, I've been in plenty of meetings where I hear this. Usually, I don't mean to be sexist, but usually all these Candy Crush ladies, they're talking about, "Oh, what level are you?" And, "Oh, I hated that level. I am so stuck. I was stuck on that level for like 3 weeks." And so again, and these are people that have never been into games. So I listen to them, and I'm like. What's going on? Am I in Bizarro World or something? Like
I think it's just like a hybrid of a gamer. Like it's not really a gamer, but it's just a gaming.
But then these are also the same people that are yelling at their kids
to get off
to get off the games. You're always playing, and then they're always playing Candy Crush.
I think in order to be a gamer, you need to own one of the 4 consoles. A PC, Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo.
Or Nintendo, you're not gonna have all of them
unless you want to. Unless you're a hardcore gamer.
Not necessarily, because the iPhone, any Android phone, they're very good gaming systems. So, we usually don't talk about them, even though we should. We really should, because they are gaming systems.
Yeah.
Just like, a lot of people only play 3DS games, and they're gamers.
Yeah.
But it's for Nintendo.
I think like a lot, especially when they just play 3DS games. If that's all they play, I would think they're usually kids. So those are gamers in training.
Gamers in training.
So once that's like the training wheels on the bicycle. Once they,
which is what I don't know if we mentioned this on the last podcast or not, but this guy from Sony was saying how he wants Nintendo to do good because Nintendo's training future PlayStation users.
Hey,
and it's true. It really is. So I was actually surprised to see somebody from Sony saying that. Yeah,
and some people can take that as a negative. Like kind of like saying, "Oh, these guys are,"
nothing negative about it. It is the truth.
No, but I know, but some people may think like if it was a diss towards Nintendo, even though I feel that it's not. It's just like it's saying that Nintendo is taking preparing the kids to be gamers, in a way, and that's good because
it shows how. In reality,
most kids start off at
influential Nintendo is.
Yeah, in reality, Sony and Microsoft, they don't really care about that market. That's not their thing.
Yeah,
and you can see it by looking at the selection of games. With the Xbox, even if you have a teen, it's kind of difficult to find a game for them. The PS4 is much more for teens, in my opinion, but it's got plenty for adults.
Yeah.
But neither of those has anything anywhere close to the selection that Nintendo has for kids. So.
Yeah, because it seems like, like you said, Xbox is more, mature, and then like PlayStation is kind of like tries to fit both worlds.
So maybe you start with Nintendo, then you move on to Sony, and then you end up in Xbox.
Or you stay in Sony.
Yeah, you can stay in Sony.
Because Sony still has like the mature games, and it has
they do
stuff like that.
Unless you want sports games, then definitely go for Microsoft.
Yeah,
plenty.
Or you know what? Or just grab a ball and go play outside. No, but
Or the ultimate PC.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. After Xbox,
yeah.
PC.
Then you graduate to PC, and then you become a smug, and then you're always like, I hate consoles.
But do you game a lot on mobile?
On mobile, I don't.
Like
I've never been a mobile gamer. Like to me, I don't know, something about it just. I can't do it for like more than 30 minutes. I just can't.
Like the game I do play, it's like a tower defense kind of game. It's where you place like different in strategic places to defend a wave of robots or whatever. So I build up my whatever defense, and I just like put it aside. So it's not like I'm actively on the thing.
Yeah.
I just like I build it up, then I just put it on the side and let it auto.
I've gotten games like that, and they entertain me for a while. Like I really get into it. Then after 3 days, I'm like, okay, I'm bored.
Yeah, so it's like
not 3 days of consecutive gaming, by the way.
But perhaps mobile gaming is making our society a lot more ADHD. Because like we like, it's like such small games that we keep like, okay, we focus on this one for a little bit and like, it's boring. And then go to the next one, then go to the next one, then go to the next one. And I remember when I was little, like you only had one cartridge and you played the hell out of that cartridge until it was so worn out with Q-tips and everything, blowing it all the time, and it was already because I made the mistake of cleaning it with alcohol.
Yeah, well, we all made that mistake.
So even though you're supposed to use like that whatever water
or the official Nintendo cleaning kit,
which is mostly water.
Yeah, but I remember I did get the cleaning kit once for I think it was for the Nintendo 64, yeah, and like the first time I did it, that shit came out black. Like it was so dirty. I'm like, oh, it does work. So then I put my
the game
on.
Still didn't work, right?
Still didn't work. And eventually you had to like play with the.
All that black stuff was data.
Because even I remember a point where I had to I put the cartridge in, then I had to fold the paper and put it behind the cartridge so it can kind of move the cartridge a little bit forward so it would make contact. Like I remember those things kids don't get to appreciate that kind of innovation with their systems.
Yeah,
now.
Man. We would do all kinds of stuff. There was all the times that you had to just put the right amount of pressure on it to keep it from to get it to work.
And then I remember with you had the controller with the wires, and if your brother or your mom or dad or grandparents would walk over the wire and kind of pull the system, you're like, no, it lost contact. Oh man, those were the days.
Oh yeah, it's like, no, just hold it there, don't move. And
kind of in token of talking about people who get obsessed with gamings, what game throughout your whole gaming career have you maybe you can think of that one or two games that you just got hooked, that you would just spend all day playing, and it would be 10 at night and you're like, okay, one more hour, and then that hour would turn into 5. What was that one or two games that really made you obsessed?
I'm a little bit ADD, I think. So most games I eventually get bored of, or if I don't play them for a few days, I kind of forget about them, and then I don't miss them at all.
Tomb Raider.
But yeah, Tomb Raider, I'm still waiting on that one. But I would have to say that the first game that comes to my mind that was like that had to be when I played my first MMO, which was Final Fantasy XI. I remember in Final Fantasy XI, everything was difficult. And everything took a lot of time to do. But I was playing with friends, and to me, the whole concept was new, and it was awesome, So I would start playing at 8 p.m. and on a Thursday night, and then I would be like, okay, I'm gonna play till 10. Well, at 10, I would still be looking for a party because you had to be in a party to play. So I'd be like, but by 10, maybe I just got into a party. So then I'd be like, well, can't quit now because I just got into a party. I may as well wait an hour, then leave. So by 11, it was like, well, we just barely got to the place where we were gonna fight. I can't leave right now. Okay, I'll leave at midnight. So then midnight comes and you're like, oh man, we're actually doing pretty good. Like, getting a group that does actually pretty good is kind of rare. So I think I'm gonna stick to this one for a bit longer. So 3 a.m. comes by and you're like, holy crap, it's 3 a.m. already. Like, this sucks, but we're still doing really good. We just had to take a break because this one asshole left. I don't want to be the asshole that leaves. Now we just got a new guy. Next thing you know, it's 4 a.m. in the morning and you're thinking, well, I'm just not going to sleep, I guess. Going to go to work tomorrow and Friday morning, and I'm just going to keep playing. So then I would just keep playing till like 7 a.m. and then 7 a.m. just get ready, go to work. and this happened a few times. And back then I was younger, so I could do it. I could
get
go
off for a little bit.
That I could never do that now. I don't sleep my full 8 hours now. I'm dead, but.
And in that game, you played with people all over the world, right?
Correct. I was playing with people all over the world.
The people you were teaming with, they were from like a place where it was nice and early.
No, a lot of them were from Japan. So yeah, but it was, to me, it was amazing. Just the fact that I was playing with somebody from Japan,
Yeah, but they're in their time zone. They're like,
but yeah, I mean. It's just the fact that everything took so long, and getting a party going, a group going, that took forever. But as soon, and this still happens in any MMO, once you get a group together, and somebody just plays for like 10 minutes, and then they're like, oh, I gotta go. That just kills everyone because now you gotta stop what you were doing, stop. And try to regroup, get someone else to join. And what would happen a lot of nights is we would start a group. Okay, we would walk to the place that we were going to fight in, which usually took long enough. And then we would start fighting, and then somebody would be like, oh, I got to go. Sorry, guys.
In the middle of the battle?
Well, in this specific game, it was like multiple battles.
Okay.
We would fight. Then we would kill that one. Then somebody would get another one, and then we would fight that other one. But then after a couple, the person would be like, "Oh, I gotta go, guys." Or right after they got their level, or they got whatever they wanted, they're like, "Oh, yeah, I gotta go." So then you either would find someone right away, or take a while finding someone. But what usually would happen the most is the first person would leave, then somebody else would come replace that person, then somebody else had to leave, and somebody else would come replace that person, and somebody else had to leave, and then 2 people had to leave, and then the whole thing would just break apart. So those nights when you actually found a good group where you guys were doing good and everybody was there and nobody was leaving, it was so difficult to leave because those nights were just rare.
And that's where you got your most points and everything.
Yeah, that's when you got the best points, and you just didn't want to leave those nights.
And have you ever played the hell out of a game that you even like passed out?
That I passed out? No.
Because I know, one of the games I really got addicted to was Knights of the Old Republic, the first one, and I was in high school.
Great game, by the way.
Yeah, excellent game. I wish they make like a
GameX approved
a new one, like make an actual.
Yeah, they made some MMO, but yeah. I didn't care for it. I didn't play it, but it didn't seem like.
But I heard rumors. I don't know if it's true or not, that they're gonna actually work on a third one, like a real third one that continues the story of the second one.
So it's not Knights of the Old Republic.
It's Knights of the Old Republic, but it's not going to be a MMO.
real Knights of the Old Republic 3.
Yeah, so like a real role-playing game or whatever. And I play the hell out of that game. Like, I would play, like, I'm pretty sure, like, I beat it, like, in 3 weeks or 2 weeks. I don't remember. It was pretty fast. But I would stay, because it's a long game. I don't know how many hours I put in. Because I was, like, a very detailed player in that. Because I wanted to get loot. I wanted to just get, like, all the loot I could get. And, like, I remember, like, one night where I was just playing. And it was, like, 3 in the morning. And I just, like, got knocked out. Like, I just, like, I was feeling dizzy. And I just, like, fell asleep. Or whatever. I passed out. And then I woke up on the floor, and the system was still on, and like it was just, I'm like, damn, did I really just get, like, did I really just black out? Like, wow, because
it never happened to me because of gaming, but I have woken up on the floor.
Not because of
I mean, not because of getting drunk either, but I just remember now when you mentioned it, I remember this one day where I suffer from sleep apnea, and before I knew about it, I used to always be really tired and stuff, and apparently I know that I used to, like, move around in bed a lot. Anything could happen when I was sleeping. Anything could happen, and I wouldn't wake up. So I remember this one day. I wake up, just normal. Wake up, and then I realize I'm on the floor. Like, at some point during the night, I fell on the floor, and I didn't notice. Like, how messed up is it that you fall on the floor and you don't freaking notice?
Probably the pillow cushion your fall.
No, there was no pillow. Like, I was just on the floor.
And were you, like, facing up or facing? Do you remember?
I was facing up.
Okay,
I remember that much.
So you probably
that must have come from floor.
I know, like, the pound on the floor didn't, like, wake you up. That's somebody could have, like took advantage of you. And
maybe they did. Maybe they did. So that was one of my signs that I really should go see a doctor about it. And that's when I got diagnosed with sleep apnea, and, have been sleeping fine since. But, yeah, it was just a funny story I remembered.
And it's funny because I do believe that the Wii U, is it the Wii U or was it the original Wii, that every hour, like if you didn't take that feature out, every hour it would tell you, please go take a break.
I remember the Wii probably does. Yeah, it does. I remember I hated that when they first had it on the Virtual Boy. I don't think either of you ever played with a Virtual Boy, but
not too long.
But I hated it. Every time it would be like, you should take a break now. It's like, don't tell me when to take a break.
Yeah, but like,
but well, I just remember what I wanted to say earlier. I never really passed out because of gaming, but what I did do, like I said, is have a lot of sleepless nights. So I do remember that I would go a few nights without sleeping, or with very little sleep. But then on the weekends, I would just sleep till like noon or 1 or 2. So, the whole week I was like, man, like, this is pretty awesome. I haven't slept or I've only slept 8 hours the whole week.
Yeah.
But then eventually my body was like, nah, you're just going to stay sleeping now.
Yeah, I think we really killed like 10 years of our lives.
Yeah, I probably did. But I probably do that every weekend. Just with the pizza and the donuts and
the drugs and the prostitutes.
Drugs and sex. And I mean...
Grand Theft Auto changes you, man.
It does.
But have you ever? What was one game that got you hooked, Victorino?
I remember the first game that got me hooked was probably the Elder Scroll Oblivion, because I remember every time we get home from somewhere, you always see me playing. You playing Oblivion?
Yeah,
like every time.
Yeah, every time I would go to work, like do my 8-hour shift, come back home, and Victorino still playing Oblivion.
He'll be like, "Oh, you're back already? What the fuck you mean already?"
No. This is what would happen. I would get home, and say, "Hey Vic, it's my turn to play." What you mean? I haven't had a chance to play. I've only played for like 2 hours. I'm like, it's already 8 at night.
It's
like,
been 8, Vic.
It's been 8 hours already. What? No, I took a break.
Yeah, I remember playing that game nonstop. That the disc got so scratched.
Yeah, I think that's one of the games that we just like wore this disc out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that is a long game because of the loot
and all the missions, quests,
side quests, and everything. So yeah, those damn RPGs.
Yeah.
Is that considered RPG?
Yeah, yes, because you still stats.
Yeah, stats and stuff like that. But yeah, in another game, Mass Effect.
Yeah, I was hooked on that game too.
Yeah, but at least they were able. I didn't feel those to be as long as Knights of the Old Republic.
No, like the first time you play that game, it was
the first time.
But
yeah,
when in the second playthrough, you just know what
because
to do.
you know what you got to do. Yeah, I think I played each of the Mass Effect games twice. No, I played the first one like 3 times. One as a good guy, one as a bad guy, and one as how I wanted to play. Then I played Mass Effect 2 times. I've only played Mass Effect 3 one time. I'm gonna do a second run on it.
Because you know why you only play one time.
Because I work.
No,
because I have responsibilities.
The ending.
Oh, I don't mind the ending. I was in
that. No, not talking of endings.
No, I'm just gonna say that a lot of people had problem with the ending. I didn't have that much problem with the ending because I'm hoping that there's another game.
Because you did finish that game after the DLC.
Yeah, I did beat that game after the DLC came out, so I didn't see the original ending. Yeah, the original ending did kind of suck, but at least this one is kind of slightly better. So I didn't pass out on that one though.
I guess the only other game that I played a lot would be World of Warcraft. Huh. So another MMO, oddly enough. I don't know how I got into MMOs, but I guess I like them.
Oh.
But those are the only 2 you played.
They're the only 2. But, when I say those are the only 2, you got to remember it's like 4 years of Final Fantasy 11 and about 5 or 6 years now of World of Warcraft. So
do you still play that now?
Sometimes.
Oh, you still play?
Yeah, we still play. I play with Ryder.
So a shout out to Ryder. So was
shout
that
out Ryder.
So was that a game?
It's like when people die, like
rest in peace to my brother.
It's like it was Ryder. Oh, rest in peace, Ryder.
Pour some liquor. No, so did you meet Ryder on WoW or on?
No. I met Ryder. No, he didn't play Final Fantasy. I met him because of forums that we were doing.
Oh, good old forums.
Yeah, not X-Men.
I knew him since X-Men.
Back when Anarchy Live started, and it was just known as Anarchy Forums. But I actually met him even before that.
Oh, that's cool.
We used to be in a emulation forum called, I'm not even going to say the name because I hate the owner. But
you punched him.
I would if I saw him.
Put him in the freezer.
But he was kind of funny because he was a moderator in that forum.
I thought you were going to say another word, a mother.
No, he was a mod. And at the time, I used to go there with a friend from here, like a personal friend. We used to go there just to mess with people. We were both young and we liked fucking with people.
So Javier, so he was a troll.
Stuff was a troll. He was. We would just go looking for fights with people. Like we would start calling people pee-pee messagers.
Marks.
The original.
You squares.
There was this guy called Wolf now or something. We always called him Gayna. Dinah, was it? I think it was Dinah Wolf, and we called him Gayna. We were just starting arguments. If you were saying X, we would say Y. Like, and
what were these topics on? Just like modifications of like computers, or what?
Well, the forum was about emulation on computers.
Okay.
We had or SNES emulation was hot back then, and Genesis and stuff like that. But in the forum, we used to talk about just about anything, you know. So, and I used to love starting fights with the owner because I just really dislike the owner. I used to really hate how he did anything. Everything he did was wrong, in my opinion. So
in terms of like how he ran the
yeah, like he was just kind of a jackass, you know. He'd be like
banning people.
One time he decided he was just gonna ban all of China or all the Asian countries because he was having some issues with some things from Asia. So he's like, I'm just gonna ban all of Asia, just like that. So we would give him shit. And, you know, now that I think about it, I'm like, fuck it. It was his website. He can do whatever he wants. But, you know, back then. And the fact that he was making money from the website because of a ton of advertisement that was on it. And yet he treated everybody like he was doing them a favor, you know. So anyway, so Ryder was a mod over there. And you know, he at first we were kind of enemies because he had to delete a lot of the shit that I would put. But later, we kind of hooked up on some other forum. You know, started talking. I don't even remember how we got to talking, but turns out he wanted to create his own forum, and then I decided I wanted to create my own forum too, and kind of became friends from that.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
You never told me this story.
Yeah.
You never asked.
Yeah, you never asked, I guess.
All it takes is a podcast. So if people, you want to know what things go on with your friends' lives, start a podcast.
But this was probably before I met you. Because I met you, what, 2003?
No.
Yeah, at a Halloween party.
Halloween party, it was 2002 or 2003. I know Ryder, I met him around 2002. So
yeah, and the reason we met each other is because we didn't care about being at the party. So we're like,
well, we were on TV, okay. Like, don't church sell our story.
You know what? I think on maybe on a future episode we should talk about the adventures of SLM.
SLM.
All right, so soon you'll know what SLM stands for, and a future podcast. It's actually some pretty interesting things. I think we just have to write down everything because I think those were like some fun times. So.
Yeah, we had some really fun times. By the way, a little spoiler alert: there is some dancing with a chair involved. I don't know if you remember, but I was a little drunk and I was dancing with a chair.
We did a lot of things drunk.
We used to get a little wasted back then.
Yeah,
I never said I was drunk. I was always just.
I'm happy.
Yeah, I was always just a little tipsy, or not tipsy.
Everybody. Yeah.
But I would dance. That's the only time I would ever dance.
And just a lot of embarrassing things.
Yeah.
Caught on tape.
that we have no access to anymore.
But hopefully once we become famous
maybe
with the
podcast,
they don't put it up on YouTube.
They'll suddenly appear on YouTube.
Yeah. All right, man. I think this was a pretty interesting podcast. This is the best episode 19 we've had for GameX Presents.
Maybe on the next GameXPresents, hopefully we'll be talking a little bit about Super Mario 3D World because I'm gonna be getting that soon, and I looks really good. I definitely know I'm gonna get that and play it, and I know you guys will be playing it there with me. So
yeah, so you know what, we should we should play together from beginning to end.
And you should
have the patience to not play during the week.
Well, we're not. We can start a new game for us.
No, because then you'll know too much.
So?
Hey, they'll give an advantage. So
yeah.
You know.
Oh, yeah, you need the advantage.
you know how much I suck.
So
you need to look at, okay, we're going to play this level.
So get that new PVR.
Oh, yeah.
No,
we can probably use the old PVR if we want to, record our stupidity.
Sure.
All right, cool. I'll do that.
With commentary?
I don't.
Yeah.
Commentary, no video.
Well, we have to do the Twitch thing. Hope maybe. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll discuss that off podcast.
And sorry, people, but we have no time for the unboxing.
Oh man.
So we'll do that on a future episode, maybe like next year.
I got boxes.
Oh, there's plenty of boxes. You have some nice boxes over there.
All right. Is there anything else that anybody forgot on today's podcast?
No.
Nah, we got it all covered.
You got everything
We
covered for
didn't
today.
cover Jack. We just
life
We
story.
It was a fun
bullshit
one.
it.
Yeah, it was a fun one.
Yeah.
Not all of them are gonna be good. Okay, we didn't promise that.
Yeah. All we do, our goal is to just waste an hour of your life, 1 hour at a time.
You hear that, Timber?
Oh,
He still listens to us. Timber over in Mexico.
Oh, Timber. What's up, Timber?
Tinvar.
Oh, Tinbar. And Rida. Shot collar, 28 blade.
He goes by GSO now, so I don't know what he
GSO.
wants to be called.
Hey, it sounds like it's two different people, so we count that as 3 listeners.
Sure.
All right,
You
man.
can do that.
All right, thanks for listening to us. Wasting an hour of your time. Exactly an hour and some seconds. So this is Ekis
This is Stuff.
And this is Victorino.
saying good night, and hopefully you stay safe in Black Tuesday. I mean Friday.
Like Friday.
Or Cyber Monday.
Oh yeah, the only day where we have a day to remind us to be grateful for everything we have, and then the next day we don't have enough, so we go and beat up people.
Exactly.
Cool.
Wear protection.
USA.
On Black Friday.
USA.
Wear protection, and when I say protection, I do mean a shield.
A condom.
Or no, I mean a shield.
Just put a
or,
condom over yourself.
Or, a bulletproof vest, something.
Like just go like in a hockey uniform, like with pads and everything. Because man, bitches be crazy.
They do. All right, I'm out.
Peace.
Bye. Bitches be crazy.